Welcome to Words of Wisdom podcast. I'm Minerva Maharajh, a former NBA Toronto Raptors dancer turned certified spiritual life coach, author, and founder of Goddess of Wisdom Spiritual Life Coaching. Each week I'll be bringing you practical spiritual tools, tips, meditations, and interviews with powerful thought leaders. My intention is to bring you one step closer to the life you've been dreaming of. If you are joining us for the first time or have been a loyal follower, I thank you for being here. There is something in you calling out for more, so it's not by accident you've landed here. Now, let's get connected to the beautiful life that awaits you. Welcome everyone to another episode of Words of Wisdom. I'm your host, Minerva Maharajh. And as promised, this month on Words of Wisdom, we'll be talking about self-love. I have brought on my favorite experts to talk about a different component of self-love. And this week, we are going to talk about health and fitness as an expression of love. And so I have the beautiful Stefanie Tsengas. Stefanie is a certified personal trainer and life coach. She's a professional in the field of health, fitness, and personal development. Her philosophy is mind, body, and spirit, and she focuses on all three of these categories to create transformation within her clients. She's also huge on creating community among women, and she encourages, empowers, and connects them through everything she does in her business. Welcome, Stefanie, to the show.
Hi, I'm very happy to be here. Longtime friend of mine.
Yes, you are a lovely friend, and it's so beautiful to see your progress. And I see how much you do for everyone, and you inspire me. And I love that you bring a spiritual component into health and fitness. So tell me what made you combine mind, body, and soul in what you do.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much like the core of everything I do. So obviously when we think of fitness, we think of just the body. And when I first started my fitness journey, like many people, that's what we're doing. We're focusing on changing our body, changing our, I like to call it our vessel almost, that we like transport through in this life. But what I found over the years is that you can have the healthiest body in the world, but if your mind and spirit aren't there as well, you're not going to achieve true transformation. And I've come to work with so many women from different backgrounds, ages, demographics, you name it. And every single time, the transformation they're looking for, we always find is a lot deeper than the body. And that's what's proven true to me. And that's why I changed my business, because I was working with people just in the gym for so long. And I found that naturally I was gravitating towards helping them on a deeper level, because that's what we found was, well, this is like the root. This is deeper. Our transformation goes so beyond just lifting weights. And I think the biggest thing too is there's a quote, I'm sure you've seen a lot of people hear it, where the mind goes, the body follows. So just as much as I strengthen people's muscles, I work on strengthening them in the mind. And also, I really do believe that having a strong spiritual connection really does make you achieve that bigger transformation in my own life and in other people as well.
I love that. Can you give an example either within yourself or one of your clients about when the mindset and when spirituality played a role in leveling up your health, your physical health?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I'll start with me first. So like I went through kind of like an awakening, if you will, a few years ago. And I found that, I've always been an athlete. I did bodybuilding competitions for a bit. That's kind of what set the base for me just becoming so passionate about fitness and health and all the things and helping other people. But it's like I always was just struggling to just still feel fulfilled, to still feel good. It's like, yes, like people think, okay, if I change my body, everything's gonna be great. Like this is all I want, great body, this and that. And we always find that, okay, even when people change their body, we're still lacking something. Like we're still not feeling completely fulfilled. So I found that with me, it's like when I got in a really devoted spiritual practice, I always had I guess you could say like a spiritual connection. I did. Like I've always grown up with that in my life. But when I devoted a one-on-one connection to it with myself, not just because my family brought it on here, because it was influenced around me, when I made the commitment, like, no, this is my personal journey, I'm going to commit to it, having a routine every single day, morning and night routine that I devote to like my own spiritual practice, and constantly devoting podcasts, books, being around people that inspired me in that aspect. my entire life changed. And it wasn't just in the gym. It was just, I became more positive. I became more empowered. I literally started to feel my intuition guide me more in everything in my life. And if I didn't have that connection and start that journey years ago, I wouldn't be doing what I am now with my business, because that's what opened the gateway for me to be connected to my purpose and to literally serve people the way I do now. I wouldn't be able to serve people if I wasn't connected to myself spiritually to figure out, okay, this is my calling. This is who I am authentically. And that goes helping people way beyond the gym.
Beautiful. That is so beautiful. Because I truly believe exactly what you're saying, that you can't really have one without the other. Like you can't do the
Mhm.
physical alone. Something's always going to feel like it's missing. If you just
Yeah,
focus on the physical, you have to think about the mindset and spirituality, and vice versa. Like just working on mindset and just spirituality, there's still the human component of the physical body.
absolutely.
Which leads me to the next question. So I, for one, I have to admit, I struggle in the health realm, right? Like I do little things like drink water, go for walks, but there's more I know I should be doing with my body, and something I say, I know I need to go to the gym, especially with COVID, or do something more active. So this is for those listeners. So what's your advice? Or first of all, before we go to the advice, what is the challenge? What do you think is the block based on your experience of those who know they should be working out and taking better steps towards their physical health, but it's hard to really implement in everyday life? What is the real block there?
So as you're talking, this was the first thing that popped in my head personally, was the commitment and the consistency. Now I need to say that I could go on a tangent about this
Do
for
it.
the record if you
Do
ever
it.
want
I'm ready.
to, because
Lay it
literally,
on me.
girl, I had this conversation just with a client yesterday. We know what we want. Okay. We know what we're trying to get to. It's getting from point A to point B. It's that transition time getting there. The thing is, people are stuck in a habit of where they've been, and it's hard to get in the habit of where they want to go. That's pretty much the best way for me to sum this up for you, because it's being able to get into structure and to have that commitment. Yes, we can set the goal, but how committed are we to making it a priority? So many people are talking to me about, okay, like I see, like, for instance, clients that come to see me 1 to 2 times a week in the gym. They're coming to see me, but what are they doing all the other 4 to 5 days throughout the week? That's when it comes down to making a commitment to yourself. Am I going to make that commitment to the night before, plan out my meals for the day to make sure I get in all my calories, eat the right food, so I'm not wrestling to go to the store and pick up something fast, or to go to the fast food place? Am I going to make a commitment to myself? Okay, I have one gap of time in the morning before work to go to the gym. Am I going to make that commitment? Am I going to set that habit? Am I going to do it? Is failure to prepare to fail, that quote, whatever it is.
Yes.
But I find that it's like, I can give someone the tools, I can dish them out to them, I can give them the tips, and I can guide. That's what we do as coaches. We don't give you what to do, we lead you to the answer, we lead you to how to get there. Coaching and personal training, I combine the two of them, right? But I think that would be my biggest thing is, I really think it's important to have an influence in your life to coach you, to guide you. Being a coach myself, I even have my own coach. I have my own trainer. Like
Yes.
I think that's a huge thing. So first step, if you don't already have, whether it's someone in person, someone online, I really think having a mentor, a coach of some sort, trainer, whatever it is, for whatever your goals are, is huge. But then you also have to be real with yourself. Like, am I willing to invest 100% energy into doing what it takes to get from point A to B? Am I willing to make a commitment, but then stay consistent every single week towards that commitment? I think that would be the biggest block, is some people tell me they're too busy. I hear that a lot. I'm too busy. I don't have enough time. I don't know what to do. Okay, well, like I said, if you don't know what to do, that's when you do your extra research, or you hire that coach or that mentor to help you get there. You invest in the extra knowledge and get what it is you need individualized for you to get there. But if you're too busy, okay, why don't we take an inventory of how we're spending our time and energy every single day? Why don't we take a look at, okay, where are the extra hours throughout my day going? What could I limit, and where could I switch that out to prioritize more the things I need to do to get to my fitness goals? That'd probably be
Mhm.
my answer for that.
That's a beautiful answer. And it's so true. I heard you say commitment and priorities.
Yeah.
And another thing, it's really about prioritizing. If you're really to list the things that are most important to you, um, I did this to myself like a few months back. And like,
Mhm.
even though I've been saying I need to focus on health, it was literally like the seventh thing on my priority list,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm just being real here. So it's
Oh,
so
right.
true. And as you were talking as well, what came up is like, you could do the calories and all those things that we should do, but I think it also, part of commitment is knowing your why. Would you agree,
Yeah.
finding something that's really head, heart, gut connected to really motivate you? Because there's going to be days you don't want to count calories or eat the lean chicken and salad, right? So talk to me about, how do you find that something, that why, that true motivation to get you through the days you really don't want to get up and work out?
Okay, so I first had to say that, yes, that's important to me. Fire questions, I gotta say. But I just have to say, 'cause I'm like, yes, yeah. So I have an application. I do make people apply to work with me. Not that I will, I'm open to taking pretty much anyone that works with me, but I do have an application to see where someone's at, to see if we're a good fit, all the things. But one of the questions on my application is, what is your goal and why is it important to you? That's on
Mm.
every application I have. And I did that, yes, to find people's answers, but also for the last 3-4 years now, I've collected inventory of people's answers. So for me, it's kind of like a little bit of data to like see, okay, what is people's whys and this and that? What are they trying to change? The biggest thing I always see, majority, is confidence, self-confidence, every single time, which is cool. So a lot of the times, some people say, okay, I want to shrink my waist, grow my butt, okay, the typical, okay, we get the typical, how that is. Besides that, a lot of it though, and I'm not even just saying that, is literally to love myself. Like, people have literally wrote on there, I hate what I see in the mirror. Like, I'm not feeling good. And I think it's being able to anchor, okay, if your why has to do with feeling better about yourself at an internal level, okay, what is the deeper reason for that? Why is it that you want that confidence? How is that going to make you show up differently in your life? But I guess to answer your question about anchoring to it, I always have people, when they start with me, kind of tell me more deeper into what their goal is, why they want it, whatever. And then I do like to have people either write it down somewhere. I've had people do vision boards on it. That's a big one. I even do that in my group life coaching. Like, we have a part of the segment where we do vision boards based on whatever their why is for the goal they're trying to achieve, inside or outside the gym, and have pictures that are going along with that. I do check-ins literally weekly with clients to like really see, okay, are we on track towards the goal? And if they start to get off, like, say, okay, week to week, if we're like checking in and they're not seeing progress, I'm like, okay, well, just remember, this is week by week. Let's focus on the journey, not just the destination. And what is your bigger why? Like, what are we taking towards each week? It's not going to happen in one day. It's not going to happen in one week. But if we can anchor to that why and just hone in on that bigger vision that we're working towards, like, having that why is going to keep renewing your enthusiasm. It's going to help you just look towards the bigger picture for the days when you're not seeing progress. Because it's easy to get frustrated as you go by the weeks and notice, like, okay, you're not seeing a huge change. So people get defeated and they stop. We live in a world of
Yes.
instant gratification, unfortunately. It's true. I mean, that's the century, is instant gratification. So I do face a lot of clients getting extremely defeated. And that's when they want to give up. We see these things online, oh, lose 10 pounds in 4 weeks or this or that. Every body, literally body, is different.
Mhm.
So, it's easy to compare and all those things. So I do think having a why for why you are doing this is going to help you anchor long term. Because I always tell my clients, what's your 3 month, 6 month, year goal for your fitness journey? That's what we got to focus on. Like, don't just come working with me for a month and expect you're going to look like literally a completely different breed of person, right? You got to
Mhm.
think about, where am I going to be by the end of this year? So that's really important, I think, with the why.
I love that. It does take you further. You're so right. So I heard you mention, a lot of the reason that people want to work with you or their why is because they lack the
Yeah.
self-esteem or the confidence. So let's talk about that a little bit. How does health and fitness connect to self-love and self-esteem?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Ooh, my favorite question here. Okay, yeah. So your body is an expression of you. I want to start by saying that. Now, I want to repeat that for some people. Your body does not define you. It is an expression of you. And I really want that to be noted, because I think a lot of the times it gets switched around. We think that, and I've been a product of this without going into my whole story. I really did suffer from body dysmorphia. I had a lot of times when like I said, being an athlete, being a bodybuilding competitor, I was trapped by the cage of what this is my body, it felt like. And I said a cage because it felt like that, like I was trapped just within it. I couldn't just be expressive of it. It's like I was defined by how my body did or didn't look, which is most people,
Mhm.
especially women, definitely, especially women. That goes without saying, obviously. So, yeah, I definitely think that one of the questions I like to ask people is when we look at ourselves in the mirror, do we look at it in a form of self-love or self-hate? You know, especially on our fitness journeys when we're looking to be better, are we looking at every day? Are we picking ourselves apart on the things that we hate that aren't changing, that don't look good? Or are we able to say, oh, I'm starting to see change here. I'm appreciative of the fact that I have a body that is living and letting me work out every day, that I'm able to feed it these foods and do these things. I'm thankful that like I'm starting to see change here or there, or to celebrate the small wins. We're so focused on, oh, I need to lose all this weight, I need to do all this, instead of like the little wins every single day. And the thing I wanted to go kind of off with that too. So something I've been doing in my business, and this is really cool for me to share because I started doing this literally because of COVID, actually. A lot of people fell off their goals in the gym. Of course, you know, it's hard not to when you're quarantined and there's a lot of stuff going on. So obviously I work with a lot of women, and one of the big things I do is I connect women together. So all my women know each other. We're in a group chat, we're in a community, we do all the things. So something that I found, as I told you, was a lot of women struggle with confidence and getting out of their comfort zone and just feeling good in their bodies. So I created a photo shoot event. So the first one was in September. Our next one's actually coming in March. And this is something I offer for all my clients. So essentially what it is I have a whole weekend planned, and my clients get a private photo shoot. They get to work with a makeup artist. I have a videographer. You're literally like Beyonce for the weekend. Okay. Like you're all
Wow.
glammed up. You got this whole thing. I can't tell you how many women didn't want to do the shoot because they told me they were not ready. And
Oh,
oh yeah, even this next one around, I have a lot more women this time, but I still had some women back out or express concern. I had a woman cry to me because she's like, I don't feel good about myself to be in that shoot. I'm not happy in my
oh,
body all the time. And the cool thing, well, I guess not cool, but interesting point, I guess you could say. So the first shoot, after everyone saw their pictures, and I'm sharing this because I think a lot of women need to hear this. So after everyone got their photos and all the things, super fun weekend, right? But, you know, unlike, you know, you or I, Minerva, where we do content, we usually see ourselves in pictures a lot because of stuff we do on social media. A lot of these women don't really do photo shoots. They're not used to being in front of the camera. If anything, they avoid it, right?
right.
Um, it's just kind of how it is. So I had everyone in an old Google Drive, you know, had them all their pictures in their folders and sent them out the pictures to them. A lot of people only focus on the things they hated. A lot of people only focus on what they didn't like about their photos. And the photographers I work with are really into empowering women. And I did this photo shoot not to be like, oh, this is your transformation. Like, no, let's celebrate our bodies where we are at. I try to tell my clients, like, it's about embracing and accepting and celebrating, not like, oh, this is my end all transformation, I have to be ready for this. Like, no, I want you to love yourself in this state and feel beautiful where you are now.
Yes.
So anyways, my friends, they don't overly edit pictures for women on purpose. We're used to perfectly airbrushed and flawless, and people are using apps nowadays. It's a fact. Let's be real,
Yes.
let's put it out there. So these are the unedited, like real you pictures, like whatever. And as these women had an amazing time, I had some women see their pictures and just feel anything but happy about it. So I gave them a few questions that I wanted them to ask after, and I wanted to share them on this podcast too, because I think it could be applicable and helpful. So like,
Please.
so when everyone saw the pictures, I told them to journal about it. I said, one, like I said earlier, do you find that you're looking at them in a form of self-love or self-hate? Because most of the time it's the latter. I said, what is the story you are telling yourself? Like when you look at these pictures, what is the story you're telling yourself about the picture you're seeing, about what you see in those pictures or in your reflection? And then my second question is it true and is it kind? Because most of the time, I think the best way to say it, the word true is all it's relative. It depends on the like, is it true? Well, maybe you think it's true, but is it actually true what you're saying?
Right.
Right. So I do that photo shoot to mix fitness with self-love for the women I train. So my business is way
Oh,
more than fitness. So I do that,
yeah.
but I wanted to share
Wow.
that because it's interesting how much people see these pictures of themselves and are like, you know, they'll have a great weekend and they'll feel so sexy and beautiful. Then they're like, wow, I look disgusting. I'm like, no, you don't. So
So many learnings from that. Like you really think as you're telling the story, you think, oh, it's a celebrator. It is about like how
yes,
we look, but there's so much underneath that and such a great learning and teaching opportunity for your clients. That's brilliant. And I think those are three amazing questions. So thank you for sharing that with our audience because you can literally just take a selfie. I would actually encourage everyone to take a
Yes.
selfie right now, or look at the last photo in your phone and apply those 3 questions. Like, I'm totally going to do that. And it's so true how we quickly go to the negative and criticize ourselves
Oh, absolutely.
and not honor ourselves. I love honor ourselves on the journey, not just at the end and just celebrate when we quote unquote get there. It's really about the relationship we have on our way to quote unquote there. Oh, so beautiful. You're so amazing. Like, honestly, I'm like, okay, I'm coming in your next group.
You want to
Um,
go?
yeah. So tell us a little bit about how people can reach out and work with you. Is it just in person? Is there a virtual capacity?
Yeah. So I'm doing so many different things in my business right now, and just stay tuned because more is coming, believe me.
Love it.
So I work in person and online. So obviously I'm based out of Cleveland, Ohio. I am a personal trainer in Cleveland. I am an online trainer as well. Like some of the girls that are coming into my photo shoot that are in my clients are not from Cleveland. I've worked with people all over the place. So yeah, people can follow me on Instagram at Stefanie Marie Fit, Stefanie Marie Fit. And literally I do all things in person and online, personal training, coaching. That's obviously the biggest part of my business. I do group life coaching as well. Now that goes in rounds. I offer those throughout the year because, like I said earlier in this podcast, my business is body, mind, and spirit. So I always make this little thing like, okay, you get to pick where you want to work with me, so we can work on the body, which obviously is more than the body, as I just talked about. With the fitness, if you want to work with me on the mental, spiritual things, that's when I have my group life coaching, since I am a certified life coach as well. So round 3 we are on right now, at this time of the year, and then I'll have another round launched in spring. But those are the 2 main things right now. I also have like pre-made fitness programs for people online as well. I'm in the works of launching a new business coming in March that I really can't say anything about yet, but that's coming out too. So stay tuned for that.
Amazing. So exciting.
Yeah.
Well, it's been such an honor to have you on here. You're so inspiring in so many ways. So thank you. Thank you. And before we go, would you be open to doing a lightning round with me?
Oh, okay. Let's go for it. I'm a little nervous, but I'm like sweating. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Do not know why people are nervous about this. So I think it's so funny. It reminds me of like Family Feud,
That's
or
what
like at the end.
like,
That's
okay.
why I'm such an 80s baby. So
Oh my God.
it's all easy questions, and it's just the first word or sentence that come to mind. And it's for us to get to know you even deeper, but I find it entertaining. Don't worry, they're all
Okay.
like safe questions. Okay,
Okay.
ready?
Yes.
Okay. Your word for 2021.
Oh gosh. Empower.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Your favorite way to get spiritually connected.
My morning routine for sure. Yeah.
What's part of your morning routine? Can you share?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm always reading a book in some way that's helping me spiritually connect, somehow grow in that avenue. I have a devotional, I journal, and I meditate. I do all 4 of those every single morning.
Ooh,
Every morning.
delicious. Love it. I don't, this may fall into that, but favorite self-care practice.
Mm, I know it's literally my morning routine. If I don't have my time
Okay.
with myself in the morning, it's if I do not have that time, I am cranky all day. I am disconnected. It's being alone with myself. And for me, my spiritual connect is God. So it's like I need to have my time with God in the morning to start my days. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Your idea of a perfect day.
Perfect day. I get up on I made a joke this morning. I slept through all my alarms. So my perfect day is getting up on time with my schedule. Having notice this morning routine is crucial. I hope all y'all are listening to that. If I have my morning routine, it's a perfect day. If it's sunny outside, I love when it's sunny. Today's sunny, which is very nice. But yeah, if I'm just productive and I'm serving, I'm in my purpose, I'm doing my thing, like that's a good day to me. If I have time for myself, I'm serving people with the people I love. That's pretty much it. That's good.
So true. It really how you start your day like makes the rest of the day follow through. Okay, last question. Someone or something you love most in the entire world.
Someone or something. Ooh, God. Can I say God?
Yes, of course. It could be a dog, it could be God,
Oh,
whatever you want.
I'm
Yeah.
asking you, like, can I ask you that? Yeah, I mean, literally, I'm telling you, like, I didn't go too deep into it earlier in this, but like, again, whatever your spiritual connect is, whoever you are, I mean, mine's God. And that to me is the core of everything. Like, if I don't have that in my life, everything else is misaligned. That's how I show up in my business. Before I did this podcast, I pray. I always say before podcasts, before client sessions, before calls I do, God, use me as your vessel to provide light to whoever needs it. I say that before everything. So that's my answer for that. Because without that, I mean, I literally pray to be a vessel every single day, because I know that that's how I see our body is a vessel. So
So beautiful. It's such a beautiful way to end. And I agree with everything you're talking about. I did the exact same thing. I prayed before this,
I always
our
do.
episode too. So Beauty, thank you so much for being here and for lending us your time, your energy, your wisdom. We're so blessed to have you. Anything else you'd like to say to our audience before we end for today?
Literally, just like I said earlier, where the mind goes, the body follows. I wanted people to really remember that and not just hear it, but to apply it. Like, if your mind is right, then yeah, your body's going to go in the right direction. You got to believe that you can achieve whatever it is you're setting yourself to. And just to remember that you are continually a work in progress. There's not a one-stop destination. You're not just going to get there. It's literally you're continuously working on yourself in body, mind, and spirit. And the minute you can embrace that and celebrate wherever you are, whenever you're there, the faster you're going to find true success, I feel like, in your journey.
Beautiful. Excellent. Thank you so, so much. And thank you to all of our listeners for watching Words of Wisdom. Until next time, sending love and light.